One of my favorite teachers of all time is Jetson Milarepa, who was from Tibet. So Jetson Milarepa grew up with a successful family. They were landowners, they had a lot of money, he had wealth, and then his father died, and the resources went to his uncle. His uncle made him and his mom, his family, become like slaves. So they went from this having everything to having nothing, which is a common story in spiritual stories, kind of that necessity of having and losing in order to kind of catapult us into a spiritual path. So it was horrible, and he developed a lot of resentment towards his uncle. So he began to train with kind of occultist masters at the time, and developed some abilities. And he decided to seek his revenge at his uncle's son's wedding, where many people were attending. And he created a hailstorm, I believe, that killed many people. And after this was done, he finally got his revenge. It didn't do anything, and he began to develop a sense of regret, having harmed people and wanting more out of life. He was told by his teacher that he should seek out a guru, a Buddhist guru, and so he began to search, finding someone who, was qualified that could help him. And he was told to go seek Marpa. And at the time, Marpa was known as the translator, and he was translating all of the texts from India into Tibet. So, a very qualified teacher. So he went under Marpa's care, and Marpa had him, in a way, become like a slave again. And so of course he didn't like that because it's not fun when your spiritual teacher reminds you of your childhood wounds. It's not the best. It actually is the best, but we don't like it. And so he, slaved for years, and he'd watch people come and get teachings and have realizations, the thing he wanted, and he just couldn't join. And so at different points in his story, he gave up, which is what we often do. We give up when things don't go how we want them to. And the end, he went through many trials. When he finally was ready, his teacher said, "You're ready now." That those difficulties were to kind of purify his own mind, and also to really clarify his determination to transcend ordinary life. And he is a highly respected teacher in, I would say, all schools of Buddhism in Tibet. And so I think his story is really helpful because it's also our story. Remembering, what is it that we long for in life, and are we willing to put in the work? Are we willing to make the sacrifices to transcend or ascend our ordinary life?